Alex Bregman has landed with the Boston Red Sox. 3-year, $120 million deal, $40 million annually, $10 million plus more per year than any other team were offering. A couple of opt-outs, a bunch of deferred money. But
player opt-outs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Tigers offered Bregman 6 years and $171.5 million. And
$27 million a year.
Something like that. Yeah. Bregman wanted more, so the Red Sox finally talked him into it. The rumors were Bregman wanted 6 or 7 years and wasn't coming off of that, but he wanted 180 or more than that. So the Red Sox are like, okay, we'll wildly overspend for 3 years, and you're only 30, so if you opt out after 1 or 2 years, you can go back to the market and get what you want. And he said yes. So good for the Red Sox. This is the right-handed bat they needed. Guy won a Gold Glove at third base last year. Alex Cora really wanted him. So, you can say what you want about the Red Sox, but they actually spent money. And they got a guy in here to fulfill a specific need that everyone saw they had. Or they needed a right-handed bat. They have a right-handed bat, a guy who can hit 25 home runs a year for you and field well. And now you don't have to worry about a rookie trying to learn his way at second base. So good for the Red Sox.
Yeah, and when there's no salary cap and you're not, which I'm going to stick with because there's going to be a big lockout, and it's going to happen sooner than later.
2026 is when the current CBA expires.
And they're going to, and I think, but it's funny because Manfred might retire soon, and there's some debate if Manfred will want to go through that with the players union before he retires, but there's going to be a point where there's just not a season, so I don't know when that's going to be. I mean, it's going to destroy us. I mean, we're not going to be able to talk day to day about baseball, but look, it's a good sign. There could be. He struggled a lot last year for a good chunk of the season, and then he got like real hot at the end. There could be moments where you're very frustrated with him. But
you're not tied down to him forever.
Exactly. And then also
good contract.
Also, like, you can stop bitching now because I think they got the best pitcher available. I don't think I'm on an island there. I think that a lot of people do. You got a young, big stud left-hander. You got a veteran pitcher who's should be a solid piece of your rotation. And now your infield is set.
The one thing, if you were going to bitch about this
closer,
team, yes, that's the only thing. Maybe it's Aroldis Chapman. I don't know. He seems to be about 10 years past his prime. They
can trade for the. I don't think the Cardinals have traded Hensley yet, or whatever Hensley or whatever the hell his name is. Sherman Hensley. Amen.
He's moving on up.
That's 2 references we've made to shows he did. Yeah. So
too bad we can't do a third.
I can't think of one.
I think that's it.
So I'll tell you is that so stop bitching now. It's enough.
They are
ready to crush the Red Sox.
They are a playoff team, and if everything works out for them, if Crochet is good and everyone hits, this team could do some damage in the playoffs.
And you have to believe Crochet's the biggest certainty out of all of that he will be good.
The only, and you know this, the only negative about it, he's only been a starter for 1 year. And
right.
No one's really sure how that's going to play injury-wise as the season moves on. So that's the only thing you can bitch about. But no, the Red Sox actually went out and did what they needed to do to get this team to the point where they promised. They said all winter their focus was on making sure they made the playoffs in 2025. These 2 moves, Crochet for the starting rotation and Bregman for the order, prove that. So good for them. They actually followed through on promises. There were a lot of empty ones for the last 4 or 5 years, and they actually did well this winter.
Yeah, so they should make the playoffs, I would imagine.
Yes.
They're not going to win the division. They should make the playoffs. Something that is interesting, just getting back to how there's going to be a lockout and there will eventually be a salary cap, is you know why that this is going to happen for sure? Steinbrenner's pissed. Like, Steinbrenner's pissed at the Dodgers, and when the Yankees are pissed about spending in Major League Baseball, you agree they desperately, even as a Red Sox fan, you desperately need a salary cap in baseball.
And of course they do. Of course they do. Guys like Alex Bregman shouldn't, on the face of things, should be making $40 million even for 1 year. So, yes, I think so. And I'm sure John Henry, based on his habits over the last 5 years, will fall right in line behind Steinbrenner.
Do you know there's some statistic that is along the lines of the Pittsburgh Pirates have not signed a multi-year free agent contract in over 20 years?
That makes sense. I mean, they re-signed their own guys to cheaper deals, but no, they haven't gone into the marketplace. I think that's true. I don't know for sure, but that
and
makes
if you're
sense
looking
to
at
me.
football as the model, you can't afford to have 28 markets where there's you have to get lightning in a bottle to compete, and even then the window's 3 years. Like if you're an Orioles fan, this Bregman move's got to piss you off. Because you're thinking, well, we're going to be at the end of our window.
Yep. And we lost Corbin Burns, and he went for bigger money than we were willing to spend.
Right. And so you have to develop talent, get rid of it for compensatory picks or trade it away for picks, and then you got to hit on those picks and start the process over again. Yeah. Which is terrible for baseball.
And that's what the Red Sox did. The Red Sox were quiet while they drafted, and they drafted well. All the prospects came up. They gave away a bunch of them to get the pitcher they needed. That's exactly what the Red Sox just did.
Be Real wants to know how Matt McCarthy feels about this move, which I'm sure he had to get on live streaming or something yesterday. Bregman more like, say it again. Hello, what?
That's gross.
Hello, what? Finally, you opened up. You know what's that wallet of John Henry's is tighter than a dang South Carolina pecan.
That's disgusting.
What?
They're tight.
I see. A little surprised.
Bregman is such a perfect fit for this team in the short term. Right-handed, rakes at Fenway.
He rakes it. You know what? I call him the landscaper.
This is delicious.
That's a great
He can
nickname.
play second.
Thank you.
He can play third.
Yeah.
He can field a ground ball, all caps.
Because ground ball is more like bases for alls because they couldn't field them worth a dang.
Absolute masterclass from the Red Sox waiting Bregman out like this. Bravo. This is outstanding.
Congratulations. Well,
Bregman's salary is sixth highest all time.
yeah. What do they
All
wait out?
time.
Yeah,
what do they wait out?
And offer him $13 million more a year than the
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. What do they wait out?
You have to. I know. What the Red Sox did is they had to pay, whatever the afternoon show calls it, the suck tax. It's like, we're gonna have to blow you so far away you can't afford to say no.
But
Yeah, but it's also, spring training starting. It's
Position players are due Sunday.
Yeah, they haven't exactly, he had to sign somewhere.
All right, all-time salaries: Shohei Ohtani $70 million, Juan Soto $51 million, Scherzer and Verlander both made $43 million with the Mets, Zach Wheeler $42 million with the Phillies, and then tied with Aaron Judge for sixth place, Alex Bregman this year.
That's a master class in giving someone an ass load of money.
Yes.
hey. Yes, Mark?
I was ready to crush the Red Sox. Maybe I'm ill-advised.
He's just given
That's
up on
disgusting.
the last. He's given up on the last syllable of all those words. If you play
Alligator, that puppy.
That'd be scary sitting in studio with that guy, I would imagine.
yeah. So Story second, Story shortstop. Well, Devers is still at third.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you're third. You're not going to have good defense at third.
No. Bregman literally won his first Gold Glove at third base last season.
Right.
So they're going to move him to second.
Yeah.
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 And it seems like, I don't know, but it seems like if you won a Gold Glove at third, it would partially be due to your arm strength,
Yeah.
which is wasted at second. But whatever. Look, they should make the playoffs.
He
now.
can play short as well. I mean, Trevor Story's going to get hurt. Instead of Romy Gonzalez playing shortstop, maybe Bregman moves over and you get one of the kids to play second.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because
This is injury insurance around the diamond. Devers played most of the season hurt last year. I mean, Rafi's hurt. I tell you what, why don't you DH for the next week?
and if Roman Anthony, who will Roman Anthony should make
Yes.
the major league club
This year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
At some point.
So that's It's if he doesn't at the beginning of the year, he will. It's come up at some point. So that, I mean, that's a pretty solid team. That's a pretty good lineup, and you definitely have You have 3 quality pitchers in your rotation. There's no doubt.
And they
Just keep hitting at Fenway like you've hit at Fenway, Alex, and everything will be fine. 375 batting average. His OPS at Fenway is the best in Major League history.
great.
Among players with at least 90 plate appearances.
I'm just telling you,
You
there's
also
gonna,
got to hit Red Sox pitching, though.
I'm going to tell you this.
John,
Well, I don't mean to be a wet blanket. I'm in favor
That's
of this.
gross.
I'm happy.
There's going to be a
But
time where
That particular stat is a little skewed.
there's going to be he might start the season real slow, and people are going to like lose their minds because he promised the team that he had changed his approach because he was apparently he was chasing a lot, he was striking out a lot, and he's informed the team that he had worked in the offseason to change his approach. And when you're giving someone the 5th highest contract of all time, that's not like what you necessarily want to hear. Is that, oh, I'm changing my approach because it was all wrong. But I'm telling you, you're going to hear a lot of heavens to Murgatroyds. My goodness. Hey. Alex Bregman, more like ask a layman how to hit. That's how he's hitting. What? Ask a layman. You know, someone who doesn't know so much. That's how he's hitting.
if you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.